Oh my god, finally! It only took 107 matches, but I'm finally back in Mythic. What a joy. Alright, be honest with me. How many of you guys have actually hit Mythic before? None of you have? Get better news! Alright, but being honest with you, in all of my years of playing MLBB, let's see, how long has it been? So it doesn't show all of my seasons here, but if I look at my archive, up to season 18, right? I've gone from being an Epic to Legend, all the way up to Mythic, and then of course Legend again. And like I've just like kind of like stayed silent here. So if you guys can see, like initially I actually tried to play, but then afterwards you can see that like once I hit Mythic, you guys can see like all my matches played here. Notice how like after I hit Mythic, I just kind of like toned it down a bit. So Legend, more Legend, more Legend. But then after that, like I didn't play. I just kind of took a huge break because I had other stuff I had to do. I didn't even play at all in season 26. But then going into season 27, I just jumped in right away and I played like half the matches that I used to in the past, and I still got Mythic easily. And this was my highest all time. And then I took another break, only played 11 ranked matches in season 28. And then I went up all the way to see Mythic on Honor with even less matches than before. And now I'm already in Mythic with only 107 matches. So you guys can kind of see the trend here. Over time, I've gotten so much better. But the question is, why is no one else getting better? Like, you have so many people who have been playing this game for so long, maybe even longer than I have, and yet, here I am, 10 days into the season, already in Mythic, while everyone else, even like, if you guys look here, like, even some of my like really high ranked friends, like there's, for instance, if I keep scrolling here, maybe if I look into my followings, like if I look at like any like high ranking player, like this guy's Glory and he's still not even in Mythic yet. Like, and if we check out his like battle history, 44 matches and he's only in Legend 3. Like I'm just saying, like people need to get better. And you guys need to too. So my genius idea was this. How about we start a new series where I go from a completely maxed account. You guys can see here I have every hero. If I scroll, you know how like in the bottom you have heroes that you don't own? Yeah, well, I own every single one, and this is proof. If I go to the shop and I look on heroes, notice how every single one is owned. So I've been playing this game for long enough that I have owned every single hero, and on top of that, I have every single emblem maxed out to level 60. And as somebody who's been playing all the heroes at least once, and I've gotten MVP with every single hero at least once, I can firmly say that truly it is a skill issue if you cannot hit Mythic in this current time, because there's so many good heroes that you can play. So, how about we start from a completely brand new account and go all the way to Mythic, entirely solo queue, and just to make sure that it's solo queue, without having a single follower, and going every single match, showing you every single match with my commentary over it. Sound like a good plan? Alright, let's get you scrubs into Mythic, even as a solo queue player. Alright, let's go. Alright, for starters, a lot of you guys might not even know how to reset your account, so let me just show you right now. So I'm going to be on my PC first, because I currently do not have a second phone on me, but if you get a second phone, or an emulator, you can do that, and you pull up, like for instance, BlueStacks right here. So if I just show you, here, I'm going to turn on BlueStacks. So for instance, I just downloaded BlueStacks X onto my computer, and then downloaded MLBB onto here, and you log into your account on BlueStacks. And what you can do is once you download your account onto the BlueStacks app, so like for instance, you just download MLB and you sign in, you can actually just like go straight in and sync your account. So here, let me just show you so you guys can see. So you can just ignore all the things. Obviously I'm logging in. So once you log in here, you don't even need to download all the assets. So you can just kind of like script through everything here. And then you can click on your account here. And then once you click on your account here, you can go to account again. If you click on account center, you can see that there's an option for device management. So what you can do is if you click on device management, you guys can see that I have my phone that I play mostly on and record, the iPhone 14 Pro. And you can see that I've logged in here recently. So if I just click on log out from device, then all the accounts progress on this device will be deleted. And that doesn't matter because I've already synced it up to my account and everything. If you guys don't know how to do that, I'll show you how to do it once I make this new account. But that just makes me sign out. So now we're done with this. Let me go back to the app on my phone just to show you guys what has happened now. All right, so you guys can see that once I logged out there and I logged back into my phone account, you guys can see that it says to log in again, and then this switch account feature pops up. So what you can do from here is you can choose to not switch your account and then just press the X button, and then you'll see that the brand new app download profile just pops up here. So instead of this weird wonky name, Heather, Eunice, and 8, I'm going to change it. And we, of course, are going to call it Sensei Brudda. Sensei Brudda. All right. And now we have our official channel. I am currently located in the US, so you can do that. I am a male, if you can't tell from my voice. And we just click OK. And now we have our sound on and everything. And we just basically just go in right to the tutorial. So this, if you're brand new to the game, welcome. This tutorial will also, I guess, help you, if you're a brand new player, go from a completely brand new account to learning the game basics and basically heading to Mythic. So I guess this guide is kind of like for everyone, whether you're skilled or not. So obviously, the start is pretty easy. You just kind of like have a joystick, you move around your hero based on your joystick. And then obviously this is the minion, so you have the attack button. You can attack the enemy using the attack button, pretty self-explanatory. And once you do that, the tutorial is basically just going to teach you how to use skills. So this is their first skill. They're always on the lowest bottom indicator, as you guys can see there. And then when there's going to now be more skills. If you guys have played any MOBA before, you'll probably know this. But yeah, that's your second skill. Some heroes have just 3 skills, others have 4. Some might even have more than that. But what you can do is now, they're just going to kind of teach you to help fight the enemy hero. So as you guys can see, turrets in this game do a crap ton of damage. So you just kind of like learn. What we just did was we just bought an item. So the tutorial just kind of gives you an item for free, but in real game you'd have to farm them. Again, more tutorials on that. You guys probably already know all this. So while we're like going through this basic tutorial and you're just kind of like watching me do this, how have your guys' day been? Pretty bad in solo queue? Well, no fear, because you are now officially here. And you are going to learn to hit Mythic all on your own in a solo queue player. So obviously, they're saying kill the enemy hero. Combo you can do is first skill, second skill. Layla's pretty cracked like that. Just buy more items. Just basically try to finish this as fast as you can. So a little tip, by the way, if you notice here, if you stand outside of the turret and shoot, you do like no damage. But if you stand inside the turret, you do a ton of damage. It's like double. So my recommendation would be just stand inside the turret. You'll finish the game twice as fast. Giving you tips for the tutorial. But that's just a little bit of a tip. So we finished our tutorial, you level up, and you continue. Obviously you'll get MVP. You get 4,000 BP here. BP is gold, and you use that to buy heroes and emblems. More on that later. But you get like, you don't get a ton of it, so I would suggest saving it. But now that you've completed the tutorial, you get Layla. Let me just say, this hero is really OP if you play her well, and really garbage if you do not. And it also depends on the comp, but you'll see what I mean in a bit. So Layla is your first hero that you ever get, and we're now in the practice tutorial, and basically what they're going to tell you to do is to choose a lane. And basically Layla is a marksman, so this tutorial is actually being pretty garbage. You want to go to the side lane, so either the top or the bottom, and whichever one is labeled gold. Because marksmen need gold in the early game. And they also tell you to buy boots first, but a little bit of a tip, by the way, if you press the shop button, you can choose the items build. I would suggest buying Berserker's Fury first, because that is like Layla's key item, number 1. She needs both Berserkers and Windtalker to start like doing insane amounts of damage. But just popping off for now. You can just kind of like shoot the minions like that. And yes, you can drag your skills. I do not suggest auto-aiming in this game, but because you're in such an early phase, you can kind of hit them like this and just kind of attack. So a combo with Layla that you always want to do is skill 1, skill 2. And you guys can see I'm pressing this turret button, and if you press the turret button, you can lock onto the turret and you can ignore the enemy. So to finish this tutorial quickly, I'm just gonna kind of do this. But that's an easy way to kill the enemy, even though they're retreating. And now we're just gonna push more turret, push even more turret, and this is basically it. So if you want to speedrun the tutorial, that's all you have to do. Our bot is obviously dying. And if we just keep continuing, we're not going to be able to finish this turret off on our own. So just doing a little bit of chip damage. Sorry about the notification. We just killed a... Oh, never mind. Enemy retreated. But if we do this, snipe him out of the screen. And that's her ult. So we call this the skill 3. But you can also call it the ult, obviously. Heroes will have different buttons for their ult. Okay, so we got our first item. I'm just going to lock in Windtalker next. and you basically just like turret lock and try to finish the game as fast as you can. A little bit of a little tip, by the way. Whenever you're playing a game, like no matter what mode you're in, no matter what hero you're using, your priority should be to finish the game as fast as you can. And remember, at the end of the day, no matter how many kills you get, it's always dependent on how many like turrets you get. And winning the game revolves around actually destroying this Nexus turret right here, or the base, as we have to say. So that was a pretty quick round. That was just a tutorial battle, and we finished it. We got our MVP, obviously. We got another 4,000 gold, and if I recall correctly, we get another hero. Yep, we get Xylong, or Zilong, however you pronounce it. This dude is a spear boy. Currently in the meta, he's just kind of mid, but in the lower end, like in the lower ranks of the game, you're probably going to do really good. So let's see, we have Layla in the opening screen here. We just give her a bit of a high five, I guess. And now they're telling us to hop into yet another classic game. So you're going to be fighting bots again, and this game, you just kind of have to play. And you just kind of fight against AI. And then you can choose what hero to play. I'm going to start with Layla, just to kind of elaborate more on how to play her. And these things right here are all skins. So skins cost money, if you guys can tell. It's kind of like a lot of MOBAs. This is how they make a lot of their money. So you can either be a free-to-play player or just get skins. I'm going to be playing free-to-play on this account, but obviously you guys probably know that my main account is pretty hefty on spending. So, but that skin that I just showed you was the anime skin. It's the best skin for Layla. We're fighting against all these bots from, I have no idea what flag that is, but yeah. So I don't even buy boots on Layla first. I just buy this Berserker's Fury item. If you guys don't know where it is, you can also go to attack and you can scroll down to choose the items that you want. So for me, it's Berserker's Fury, and I lock that in first. Our Saber here is being a bot. Like I said, you're only fighting bots in the early game, so it won't really matter too much. But Layla's core items, like, do a ton of damage. Like, they also, because they're also bots, by the way, like you guys can see that you're doing a lot of damage to them. Like normally in a game, like you would not be doing like a quarter of their health in one hit, and your basic attacks would not be chipping their health down by that much. But yeah, so just continuing on, kind of like chipping down more, locking the turret, get some more gold. So this gold turret here that you guys can see, it gives you 300 gold at the start of the game if you can take it down fully. So I would highly recommend doing it. Once you're done with the gold turret, I would suggest first killing these minions because the minions grant the most gold. And then after you do that, I would suggest going for other targets. So she's obviously going to retreat, so I'm just going to come here, grab this gold crab. So this gold crab will actually give you like 100 something gold if you manage to kill it and you live for the full amount of time, because when you get this little buff where you get 10 gold every 3 seconds for 9 seconds at the start, and then it like slowly ramps up once it grows into an adult, which is in the later phase of the game. But yeah, so now we've done that, we're just gonna go here by Wind Talker next, and we're just gonna continue pushing because these are bots and bots don't know what they're doing. Like I can't even like scroll the screen right now. I want to show you guys more, but that's proof, by the way, just now why you should not auto aim. I just auto aim that. But if I aim it manually, I auto aim that one as well. But the auto aim I guess helped that time. But you can like, I don't know, I'm just gonna block the turret again. Just kind of finish the game faster, you know? Because who likes fighting against bots, let's be honest. Like bots are easy and all, but like you don't get better at skill with it. Although clearly I'm a bot considering I'm auto aiming constantly. They're telling me to regen right now. Oh my god, this is actually so sad. Okay, we got that. Next item, I typically just buy the boots next. So I'm gonna buy Swift boots here. I'm gonna move to the side. 2-tap the Vexana. So this is typically, even in like a real game, like this would be the stage in which case your damage would start going like crazy. But as you guys can see, the turret's health is going down pretty quickly. And we're able to finish this tutorial match in the span of like under 3 minutes. So if you guys just follow along with what I do, then you guys can pretty much like speedrun the tutorial. So you finish this, we level up once again, get MVP pretty easily. And then once that loads in, you just click continue. We get basically a storyline. You guys don't have to read it, but it's good for resources. So I'm going to click this level up reward. In the early phase of the game, you definitely want to use these XP cards. And then next game, we unlock Vexana. So this game actually pairs you up against bots as well, but you can actually skip the game by doing this. So you can click start game, and then if you press this X here really quickly, you can actually cancel the game. And you can start looking at other rewards. So that's what I just did. So we get Vexana first. She's a decent mage. She's basically, if you guys don't know what she does, she spawns in like this lord thingy. It kind of fights for her, so it's like a minion. She's a high burst, but kind of like brain dead hero. It's like 3 button taps. It's like 3 button taps and then it's done. It's like 3 button taps and then it's done. So it's like kind of like brain dead if you use her. But next we have this Hanabi skin along with Hanabi. So we're gonna get a pretty decent marksman. She's pretty good, even in Mythic. And then after that we'll get Odette, a pretty okay mage. And then we get to choose an elite skin here. So I'll probably be choosing... Actually, I'll probably be choosing maybe this Leslie skin. I don't know, we'll see. But those are like login rewards and like leveling up. We'll see how it goes, but let's just hop into one more classic game for this video. I don't want to make it... I don't want to make it too long, but at the same time, I don't want to like, you know, spend too much time like rambling on about the tutorial. So, but we will learn more. So that was Layla. Let me just show you guys next on the list Xylong, since you guys did get this hero. So Layla, the gimmick is like you get these spells as well, by the way. This is why I say leveling up is priority, because as you guys can see, you don't unlock them until you level up. And this skill right here, Flicker, is a skill that you definitely want to get fast. And Xylong would normally go Inspire. Layla would typically go either Flicker, maybe Sprint, sometimes Aegis, sometimes Inspire. But yeah, so Xylong is a pretty fun hero in the early ranks. If you know how to use him, by the way, this hero is like actually so cracked. I'm going to start off by getting just... Let's see. Typically, you want to get this Rapid Boots item. And the reason why is because this gives you the most movement speed. But when you're in combat, the movement speed bonus is like halved, basically. But he's incredibly strong because he can basically like 3-shot squishies in the late game. So he requires a lot of farming fast. So his gimmick, by the way, is his skill 2 will lower penetration. Oh my god. Okay, this Xylong bot is like pretty bad, as you guys can see. But a gimmick that you can do is using his second skill and killing a minion will recharge his second skill. Oh, I didn't get it. Here we go. But you can use it to time it so that you can refresh your second skill pretty much immediately. So you can do this, and notice how this skill just got instantly refreshed. So we got our first item. I'm gonna go for our first like priority item next. So you want Wind Tucker on Xylong? Okay, I'm just gonna kill these minions real quick. Boom, boom, and then what you can do is boom, and then that's how you like clear a wave pretty much instantly. So I'm just gonna quickly attack this wave. Oh my god, our bot Tigro. So the combo typically would be you second skill and then you first skill. I'm not gonna first skill yet. Actually, let me do it. I need to save our teammate. But basically what you can do is the second skill will lower their defense. You guys see here, it says it lowers their defense by 18. And that's quite a hefty amount. Like that will pretty much increase your damage dealt by like 10-20% in the early game. And then late game, that bonus actually stacks. So you can like drag your skill around, spin it, boom, quickly clear the wave. And I don't actually have mana, so I'm just gonna use regen here. But his ult basically makes it so he attacks faster. So in the early game, you typically want to use it just to like farm faster. And notice how I'm ignoring the enemy completely here and I'm just going directly for the turret. This is actually a good strategy you can do because a lot of people won't understand that. Oop, sorry, I accidentally attacked him. But a lot of people don't understand that priority in the game isn't, you know, taking down the enemies, it's taking down the turret. And the reason why is because if you kill the turret early, you can actually rotate to the other lanes. So I'm gonna quickly take this turret, and then I'm gonna recall because I'm clearly out of mana right now. So recalling will get you back here, as you can see. So by the way, if you guys don't know, you can either drag the top of the screen to like scroll a tiny bit, or drag on the map to go a lot of drag. And right now, let's see, you can see that the enemies are at turtle. Okay, our jungler is kind of destroying their jungler. But again, these guys are all bots. So you guys can see like this Nana here is pretty low. So I'm just gonna use my ult, chase her, and then just do the combo. And then you guys can see here, oh actually no, they've got it under control. But the reason why Xylong is so good is because he can like speedrun and like farm pretty quickly because of his gimmick. So I'm just gonna take it, flip it. Actually, never mind, I won't flip it. But yeah, like normally his damage isn't this high. Remember, this is all like, you're fighting against like bots. So they're just making your damage higher than it normally is. But like, boom, go out of the turret, flip her over. She's using Aegis, it's kind of sad. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly, and then execute her. Oh wait. Alright. Boop. Easy. So Xylong's specialty is like chasing and eliminating basically. So I'm just gonna quickly attack. Alright, our tank is kind of doing for a moment things. But another thing is every third or fourth attack, depending on whether you have your ult activated or not, will activate this like flurry of slashes, as you guys can see here. Okay, what is our tank doing? But it's good because, I don't know, like right now it's versus bots, so I'm just kind of like doing whatever. But if you guys notice here, like they're gonna attack me now. But if I activate my ult, I become basically super buffed. So always prioritize upgrading your second skill with Xylong. But you know, we're just gonna kind of like go here. Okay, our teammates are like kind of getting shredded right now. Ooh. Right, I'm just gonna flip her over so she's out of the turret, and then kill her, and then push the turret. So they're telling me to recall because I have no energy or mana. I'm just gonna keep pushing. Oh, we're going for the wrong item. So I like to go for a crit next. Sorry. I'm just gonna go for crit next. Just recall a bit to recharge some mana. Actually, wait. Oh, I should have gotten that. So that's the blue buff, by the way. Blue buff, red buff. So blue buff is basically a buff that allows you to decrease your mana and energy consumption by like 25%. So if you take it, like, here, let me just use my ult to farm faster. Using, like, blue buff will basically make it so that you basically never run out of mana. So blue buff dependent heroes are what they call heroes that use up energy pretty quickly. Xylong is not one of those, despite what you're seeing right here, because he doesn't need them. Red buff, on the other hand, gives you like a slight damage boost. It's like every couple of seconds, it'll activate like a enhanced basic attack essentially, where it'll deal like an extra like 200 damage just for attacking someone. So if I activate this right here and I focus directly on their marksman, and just continue on focusing on their tank, executing. Never mind, it can't even execute because my damage is too high. Focusing on the gold crab, quickly killing it, flipping it, killing it, using my second skill again, using my second skill again, and just keep pushing. You can see that the Nana is here, so I'm actually gonna go for her. Oop, oop. Going crazy. So you can easily make like insane plays with him because of the fact that he has just such an insane attack and like damage ratio. So that right there is a quadra kill, but again these are bots, so it's not even that impressive. See if we can get a 5 kill, pentakill, or as we like to call it, a savage. Yep, there we go. Just like that, it was pretty easy. But again, they're bots. Nothing to be proud of. I'm just gonna go for the default build for now. Quickly chase her down, savage again. Oop, did not work out. Flip her over. Oh, not my kill. Okay, easy triple savage. I don't know if that actually goes into the profile, but the thing with Xylong is you can like easily pick out the squishy targets like that. Which is what makes him such a good hero. He's also the fact that his ult speeds him up and makes him immune to slows. Makes him such a good like split pusher. And he becomes so easy to play once you like, learn to play him. So that was our first savage. That was pretty easy. We level up again, skipping through all the scenes, and boom. So you guys can tell they're all bots when they're all 3.0 bronze. So you can tell they're all bots when they're all 3.0 bronze. We're already getting a ton of thumbs ups. So everyone on our team has thumbs us up. So that's our first 4 likes. And then now we have a daily login page, and we get 1688 battle points first. EP. And then now we unlock a new hero, Vixana. So I'll show you guys her in the next video, and obviously I'll be doing the login, but I feel like this video is already a bit too long. So obviously we got our MVP chests. Try to collect those when you can. Go to the event. Maybe collect these rewards if you can. These tickets, by the way, are going to be essential for getting some good heroes. I logged in on a Tuesday. Today's a Tuesday, so I didn't really get the Tuesday rewards, but basically the rewards refresh every Monday. So you want to try and log in every day if you can. But if you do forget a day, I wouldn't suggest spending coins because it's like 300 coins to refresh it. But yeah, and if you guys go here and you go see the shop, I guess, we can click on heroes. You guys can see all these heroes that you can unlock. You guys can see all these heroes that you can unlock. I'm gonna not buy anyone yet, but basically these ticket heroes are heroes that you want to prioritize on getting because tickets you just get like passively throughout the game, and you can use them to buy new heroes pretty quickly. Besides that, I'll show you guys some heroes that you should prioritize if you want to solo queue. And yeah, there's like a ton of heroes. There's like 100 something heroes. So there's a lot of people you can choose from. And we only own 3 of them so far. And we're getting Odette soon. So that'd be nice. But basically, there are some heroes that you should definitely prioritize. Like for instance, I would say Joy is one of them. She's a pretty good assassin. But in roles in general, like assassins are typically junglers. So I would definitely suggest using them. Mages are your mid lane. I would definitely suggest using them as well because these guys are your team fight like carries alongside the marksmen. They are really weak and early and are really squishy in like all phases of the game, but in exchange their damage is the highest. Supports and tanks are the roams. I wouldn't suggest using them too much in solo queue, but there are a couple of roams that are really OP, and if you play them properly, you can hard carry your team. So, and then fighters are just your standard XP lane. Sometimes you use assassins, sometimes you use mages. But it depends on like what role you want. Fighter is typically the good way to go like XP lane. Obviously some of them are exceptions, like Alucard is more of a jungler, Julian's more of a jungler. But there are some good options out there, and I will tell you about them all. But that's all for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. So this is our first episode of Zero to Hero. And let's see how quickly we can go into basically Mythic. So right now, as you guys can see, our rank is not even existing yet because we're not even level 8. So ranks unlock at level 8. So I'm probably just gonna like, I don't know, I'll show you guys the classic matches just to kind of give you a sense of like how to play all the heroes. But once we actually like get into ranked games, that's when you're gonna start seeing like more detailed like guides on how to play. And again, you can play all the heroes, but at the end of the day, it's always macro, which is like big game sense. So like how fast you farm, how you rotate. And of course micro, which is like your skill combos and how good you can actually play in like a middle of a fight, how you can outplay your enemies. But both of them together are what make you a good player, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, no friends allowed, and it's just be all solo queue, and we're gonna be trying to hit, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Maybe we can go all the way up to Mythic Immortal, but we'll see. But that's all for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.